Welcome to the Elixir podcast, where we ask people from all walks of life and from around the world what their favourite poem is and why it's important to them, why or how it speaks to their heart. The podcasts are short little forays into the heart and mind of another, and we called the podcast Elixir because we feel that poetry has a sort of magical power that might turn iron into gold or induce love, that it works as a medicine for the spirit, or simply, as the word's derivation suggests, from the Arabic Elixir and the Greek chedion, as a powder for drying wounds. You can find links to the poems on the podcast listing and on my website, helenwing.com.
Hace años yo me empinaba, supongo, para robarle un beso. Nos hemos pasado la vida estirándonos y agachándonos para buscar la medida exacta donde poder querernos.
To snatch a kiss from her.
Welcome again to the Elixir podcast, where we ask people from all around the world what their favourite poem is and why they like it so much. Today we're talking to Julia in Spain, and she is going to be reading a poem by Begoña Abad. Hello, Julia.
Hello, Helen. The poem is entitled La medida de mi madre, the measure of my mother, and I'm going to read in English first. The measure of my mother. I may not have mentioned it before. My mother stands small, tiptoeing to kiss me. Years ago, I imagine, it was I who reached up to snatch a kiss from her. Through the years, we've stretched and stooped, seeking the perfect height where our love fits just right.
That's really lovely, Julia. Okay, will you tell us now why you like that poem?
The reason I like it is, because it works literally. It works really well for my relationship with my mother. I had two mothers, and this is a poem that always makes me think of my other mother, not the biological one. She was very small, and with age, she became smaller. But when I was little, she was the one who stood up for me, always. So it fits just right from what it tells. Not only literally, I had to bend down when she was old to kiss her, but also the way we reached out to each other throughout our lives. In Spanish it reads, La medida de mi madre. No sé si lo he dicho, mi madre es pequeña y tiene que ponerse de puntillas para besarme. Hace años yo me empinaba, supongo, para robarle un beso. Nos hemos pasado la vida estirándonos y agachándonos para buscar la medida exacta donde poder querernos.
Oh, I love that. I love the way that you're always looking for the right height at which to love each other. That's really gorgeous.
Yes.
And that's your mother, who is your second mother, who passed away quite recently. How old was she?
She was 98.
She was 98.
Exactly 1 year ago.
And how tall was she then when she died? Do you know?
Well, I don't know, but in the prime of her life, she was 1.50 meters.
Whoa!
So, and then from then down, she went down quite a lot. So I did really have to bend to kiss her. But as I say, it's much more than literal. It has to do with the way. When I was little, she reached out for me, and I reached out for her when she was elderly. And we always found a space where we could, being really, really different, and not being biologically mother and daughter, we always found a way to love each other.
That's really beautiful. Julia, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this poem.
You're very welcome.
Would you read it to us again in English, just to finish off? Thank you.
The measure of my mother. I may not have mentioned it before. My mother stands small, tiptoeing to kiss me. Years ago, I imagine, it was I who reached up to snatch a kiss from her. Through the years, we've stretched and stooped, seeking the perfect height where our love fits just right.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Elixir podcast. My name is Helen Wing, and you can find more information about the poems that we talk about on my website at helenwing.com. The podcast is produced by Tom Platts at Sapien. Tom also creates each episode's original music. To find out more, go to soundsapien.com.